Yeah, hi. Is this Middlebrow?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Middlebrow podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Brian Park.
I'm Dan Rosen.
Dan, the New York Times put the mini crossword behind a paywall now.
Oh, wow.
I thrive with the mini crossword.
Uh-huh. You have nothing going on in your life now. You need that to start your day so you can feel accomplished.
Yeah.
The mini is for children.
I don't know if that's affected you. You seem like more of a Thursday and above only crossword
I do
guy.
the podcasts every day. The podcast. I do the crossword every day.
Yeah.
I compete with my brother. It's extremely toxic. We have very strict rules about what counts. And, and you have to do it in one sitting. We're cruel to each other, but we make each other better, much like Sinner and Alcaraz.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful segue.
You know, we raise each other's game and competitiveness. So are you going to splurge for it?
I don't know. To me, it seems like a recession indicator that they put the mini behind a paywall.
Yeah, but they have to pay for Ross Douthat's video editing software somehow. They can't. Those podcasts, don't pay for themselves. The video podcasts.
No, they don't. And but to touch on Sinner and Alcaraz really briefly, you remember Booksmart?
The movie?
The movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the big takeaway from that is hot people who party are also smart.
Uh-huh.
To me, that's Alcaraz.
You think you listen to him, you think he's a smart man?
No, I just think that he parties way more and is more socially adept and quote unquote normal compared to the Sinner.
Oh, yeah.
And he wins more. Yeah.
You can have it all.
But I love all the memes that have come out of it with Sabalenka and Sabalenka and Alcaraz and how
I haven't seen them.
They're just like so glad that these two are good at tennis because truly does not seem like there's anything going on up there.
Yeah, that's good. We have things for them.
Yeah, lights are on, no one's home.
Yeah, we have to feel bad for the people who aren't good at a sport.
Yeah,
and can't function. But he's good. We created sports for them.
Well, listeners, you're in for a treat this week. We have been on a great run of guests.
Great run. Guests out the wazoo.
Wow. Tables have turned. Before, it was just solo episodes and people were clamoring for more guest episodes. And now This is the new normal. Well, listeners, your guest this week is the co-owner of Defector Media and the creator and host of the Try Hard podcast. Give it up for Alex Sujong Laughlin.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. This is the coolest podcast I've been on.
Wow.
Wait. List every single other podcast you've been on.
I can't do it. But this is the only one I've ever recorded in a furniture/t-shirt store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Atani for letting us
using their space.
Unique one-of-a-kind space.
They do a lot here. They make shirts. They have a coffee bar. They have vintage furniture.
Amazing. Before we get into actually talking, I wanted to chime in about the Alcaraz Sinner stuff, but I wasn't sure if I was allowed to.
No, you're allowed.
More than allowed.
I hadn't been introduced yet.
This is a problem every time where we start talking, and sometimes the guests, based on their politeness level, will interrupt.
Yeah.
But you're a very polite person. You didn't. You're like.
Well, I just want to shout out the book Challengers that just came out. Not Challengers. I'd like to shout out the book The Changeover that just came out by my colleague Giddy Nathan, which is about their rivalry and the way that they are the new vanguard of the tennis world.
Did Giddy Nathan used to write for Deadspin?
He sure did.
Okay. I'm like,
is that a bad word? Deadspin?
We call it the old website.
The old website?
Yeah. Do you not know the story about?
Oh, yeah. It was like bought and like hollowed out.
And then everybody quit.
Yeah.
En masse.
No, he wrote for it when I read it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm like.
No. Yeah. No. I know.
He's very much still writing.
Yeah. But he used to write for Deadspin. That's why.
Well, he also writes for Second Serve.
Okay.
And Open.
Yeah.
Which, that's how I was introduced to his writing.
Got it.
He's great. He's a great tennis writer.
One of the very best writers.
He's the GOAT.
That I have ever.
No, he wrote about tennis when I was reading Deadspin, when it was good and ethical.
Okay, well now
what is it
all
now?
write
Does it still
for
exist?
Defector.
Oh, everyone left?
Yeah.
No, not from from Deadspin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone left Deadspin and started a new company called Defector. That's like a worker-owned co-op.
I know about Defector. I didn't realize that it was
Yeah. Well,
all ex-Gawker people.
I'm like literally in New York right now because we're having our 5th birthday party.
Oh, okay.
So
congratulations.
Yeah.
And this is your first talkie podcast, you said?
Yeah.
Your podcasts are very produced.
They are.
There's always background music playing whenever you speak.
Yeah.
We don't have that luxury.
Yeah. Should we do that? Should we go like ding, ding, ding?
Get some light marimba.
I was even listening to there was some Ezra Klein opinion piece I listened to that he was reading, and then they had insane
they score
dramatic
Ezra Klein
music.
show.
It's like, what the fuck is this? Is manipulative nonsense.
Yeah.
You don't get to have dramatic Darth Vader-esque music behind you. That's
I think we should start doing that in our podcast, Dan.
we should. What kind of
Like, change the paradigm of most talkie comedy podcasts.
Or you could get a soundboard and just go full like shock jock.
Yeah, like fart noises.
Awooga.
Awooga, yeah. We do say a lot of things that would
we
be
don't
greater
need a
than
soundboard
awooga.
for that. Alex, I met you a few years ago because I did your old podcast, Normal Gossip,
Yes.
which is wildly popular.
You were on the first season or the second season? I can't remember.
I think I was on season 1.
I know that
Because
we
when-
had both you and Young Me,
Yeah.
and we split you between seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think I was
Which
season
episode
1.
did better?
I think Young Me's.
Wow.
Tough.
Sorry, Brian.
Well, I did it. I was an early adopter because when I did the podcast, I knew that it had traction, but it wasn't until like a year or two later I would get flooded with DMs from people who were like, friends who were like, oh my God, you did Normal Gossip. That's so cool. I love this podcast. And then I went on and you guys have like 100,000 Spotify reviews and on all the lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. We were talking about this before we started recording, but our team internally created a new rule for booking because of your episode.
Because of for our listeners, Normal Gossip it's like a low stakes gossip podcast.
Yes.
Where the host, when I was on it, they walked me through an anonymized story of quote unquote low stakes gossip.
Yeah.
And as the guest comedian, I was asked to sort of just chime in with my unfiltered thoughts.
And we literally tell guests before we record, we say, this is edited, go hard. It would be better for you to go hard than not at all. Don't worry about hurting
I got the
anyone's
green
feelings.
light. And I learned that I went I flew too close to the sun because I got so much fucking hate mail from your listeners from that appearance.
I'm so sorry.
And you have a very active subreddit community.
Yeah.
And my curiosity got the best of me. I Googled my name into the subreddit. Wow, that's crazy. Did you see what I just did? I said Googled. I verbed Google.
Yeah, you looked up you searched your name.
I searched my name.
Yeah.
I Googled my name on Reddit.
You chat GPT'd your name on Reddit.
I chat GPT'd my name on Reddit.
Chat, what are they saying about me on Reddit?
Yeah. And not good. They said you were what?
Resoundingly, they said that I am one of the most judgmental people that they've ever had the displeasure of listening to on a podcast.
That's good. That's why you're on Middlebrow, the culture podcast where we mostly hate things.
In my defense, okay, so the anonymized story that you walked me through was, it had something to do with like podcast hosts and how there were women who developed a parasocial attraction to the podcast hosts, and they started to write fan fiction in their free time.
Nothing you would know about, for sure, I'm sure.
And so when I heard fan fiction...
Brian writes a lot of fan fiction, mostly between Federer and Nadal and their sexual relationships.
Yeah, you can go on DeviantArt / Brian, it's Brian Park to find some of my visual companion pieces to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was judgmental and I was like, fan fiction, like if you do this, that's a red flag. This is insane. Why would you ever spend your free time like writing fan fiction about podcast hosts? Why would you have an attraction to a podcast host, let alone like a meetup group?
That I understand. That's totally, you were totally wrong there.
But dude, it is.
They came for you.
I mean, you've heard they're like, you know how
the Bay Hive.
Okay, so you have
what were your Normal Gossip fans called?
We call them the Girlinas.
The Girlinas.
I think that I don't know that we've ever publicly said that that's what we call them, but internally, if we're talking about the audience, we'll say like, "Oh, the Girlinas are gonna love this."
Wow!
Oh my god!
Shocking that the Girlinas did not jive with Brian's stringent standards for content.
Dude, so I learned, you have the Swifties who are feared, and then Bayhive is feared as well. And then you have the Marvel bros, where if you get any sort of historical inaccuracies of Marvel, you will be eviscerated.
If you even dare say that Avengers Endgame is not as good as all three Godfathers combined,
right?
You're going to hell.
You're going to hell. Yeah. And then just after the Marvel hive is the Girlinas and fanfiction community. Yeah. So I was torn apart. I still get hate mail.
People are really passionate about fan fiction.
I'm actually flattered. So I inspired a new rule within the media company.
What was the rule?
The rule was basically that we are extra careful with straight men who we book onto the show.
But why only straight men? Like, queer people can be toxic too.
Oh, totally. And queer people are toxic and women are toxic. But
everyone can be toxic.
I think that, like, with any group of people, you can, like, tolerate being made fun of if you're being made fun of by somebody who is, like, within your community.
Sure.
And if it is...
as an outsider to the Girlina community.
Yeah, an outsider of some sort, like a straight man, perhaps.
Sure.
I think that it just stings a little bit more.
Wow.
And so that's, like, a lesson we learned.
So am I a verb at Defector? They're like, did you apply the BP treatment to this?
Yeah.
This needs to go through a BP filter.
The Brian Park law.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Maybe that'll be my lasting legacy then.
Just, next time you're in a Bushwick coffee shop, just don't talk so loud, Brian.
Do you think that like helps or hurts the performative male allegations?
Well, what do you mean about the performative male allegations?
I mean, like, knowing that...
We are pro performative male.
Oh, yeah. I know. I mean about you specifically.
About me.
I think that shows that he's not performative.
Yeah?
Because if he was performative, wouldn't he, like, pretend like fan fiction, that's so beautiful. God. It's actually
I love that.
It's a maligned art form.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that, like, and because of his relationship to women, it's seen as frivolous, and thus not taken seriously by mainstream culture.
Exactly.
That's what Brian would say.
That would be the more performative.
If he was performative,
but he doesn't. He's a man of integrity.
I shoot from the hip. I'm so toxic that media companies have to create a rule to prevent people like me from ever doing their podcasts again.
Fanfiction I don't do, but I will do horny Shrek memes. Does that count? I'll make those in my spare. Does that count as writing?
Can you please send?
No.
I'm like, what is this? No, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're on different,
we're
different corners
of the internet here.
Some fucking.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of Shrek themed,
like still images.
But now with the AI, we're going crazy.
You can do whatever you want with Shrek.
Yeah, and Donkey. Oh, if you don't think Donkey and Fiona are going at it.
Well, this is Rule 34 at Play.
Yeah.
So Brian got canceled.
I got canceled on Normal Gossip, but it's okay. I got canceled.
You fed him to the wolves.
Normal Gossip became a wildly successful podcast. People just love gossip.
People love gossip. Yeah, I mean, I think that everybody is so conditioned to have this, like, gut reaction of gossip is bad, I'm not allowed to gossip. Even though most of us have this, feeling of joy and effervescence and, like, schadenfreude about...
Well, knowing that I got canceled, gossip's toxic, actually. I'm anti-gossip now. The gloves are off.
Shouldn't talk about people behind their... Yeah. Gossip is actually an alternative way of knowing that's more that's big in queer culture, Brian. So the fact that you're maligning gossip now is actually putting to the side and undermining.
Did you pull that
form
from
of communication?
Did you pull that from *Sapiens*? Is that a Yuval Noah Harari?
Talk about toxic. That's the opposite of performative male. If you're reading that on the subway.
*Sapiens*.
So do you like to gossip?
Yeah, I think it's a really powerful thing where, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble.
Have you gotten into trouble?
Have I gotten into trouble? I'm, like, worried I'm going to get into trouble with what I'm going to say on this. Or possibly with what I've already said. I don't know. No, I'm not talking shit about my friends. Okay. The first thing that is coming to my mind was, like, when I was in high school, I was a lifeguard and I worked on Sunday mornings and I had prom Saturday night and I was trying to get off Sunday morning so I didn't have to go in at 7 a.m. after prom. And I was texting my boss and also texting my date. And my boss was like, no, you can't get off on Sunday. You have to come in. And I texted my date this like long thing about what a bitch she was and accidentally sent it to her.
Wow.
Okay.
Fired?
No. Promoted.
Your honesty.
Just, it was just like, I think she hated me and she continued to hate me.
Yeah.
And I didn't like her either. So.
And it was clear.
It's fine.
And you let her drown.
But no.
You didn't save her when she was drowning.
No. But it feels bad because she was half Korean and I feel this like, strong allegiance to fellow Koreans.
There can be toxic Koreans too.
We're pretty toxic.
Oh, yeah.
We're the most toxic.
Oh, my God.
I think that is a cornerstone of our culture.
Yeah.
In fact.
Is toxicity?
Yes.
In fact, I was just being Korean on the Normal Gossip podcast.
Yeah. Actually, it's insensitive to critique how you were because that's
I'm going to
actually your
reply
culture.
to all the hate mail and say they're being culturally insensitive.
Have you heard of Han?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Korean War?
Exactly. Wait, so compared to most people on planet Earth, I'm sure you have your pulse on what were the stories that crushed in particular?
The gossip we really liked on the show was where there wasn't a clear like good guy or bad guy. There was moral ambiguity and like maybe everybody's behaving badly.
Especially Bran Park.
Yes. Yeah.
I was going to say Succession, the television show, but we can go with me.
Well, that's kind of like Am I the Asshole? That subreddit where people can, when you gave people something to argue about.
Yes. Yeah. I think like the sort of placing yourself on the spectrum of like, okay, am I this person? Am I that person? Is like, that gives your brain a lot to like work through. And people have really strong opinions about that. The other thing that like I personally really liked and I felt like it worked really well on the show was when there was like a wacky object involved in the story. So like, there was one story where these girls go on a bachelorette party and they all get these like sardine hats and they're all just wearing sardine hats.
And the comments are like, not the sardine hats.
Yeah.
It's the sardine hat for me, girly.
It's just like, just a little object, like a little zany object.
Yeah.
I think that like
it
gives people something to fix their brains
to hang
on.
their hat on.
Yeah. Like a sardine.
Well, listeners, if you can't see this, Alex is actually wearing a crazy hat in studio right now. Towering a Kentucky Derby hat.
Yes.
So when you started it, like what? It's small stakes gossip, but then over the course of the show, how many years was it running? Or it's still running, but you sort of now
we've Kelsey and I have stepped away.
Yeah.
We handed the show over to Rachel Hampton and Sierra Spragley Ricks in December.
How do you feel about walking away from your baby?
Good. It's complicated because it was my every single day for like 3 years. I started working with Kelsey on it about this time in 2021. So that was 4 years ago now.
So 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think now compared to 4 years ago, people want juicier and more toxic gossip because there's like Dumois and all these snark subreddits where straight up it's just
like NYC influencers,
just
anonymous.
It's so much misinformation on there too. Have you felt that like the stories that you've had to do they have to meet those expectations? Because I think that they've sort of entered the more like popular zeitgeist, like Dumois especially.
Yeah. I think the level of juice, like they were juicy season 1, like, but I think the difference is that there is such a strong culture of like Reddit detectives and like people trying to figure out who the actual people are. And there's like such infrastructure for that on the internet now.
Yeah. So you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are horrible, right? I think like average people are left to their own devices are incredibly cruel and
no, I mean I would.
Were you always surprised when people would try to like dig into something?
Not at all. I mean, like I'd be like, please don't, because we don't want to get sued. But like if I were a listener, I would also be trying to figure out who the stories were about.
That was in my hate mail. People were like, you're so judgmental, but also what was the name of the podcast that you were talking shit about? And I didn't tell anyone.
Wow.
My lips are sealed.
Wait, did we tell you?
You told me. I didn't even have to sign an NDA. I was just doing it out of good faith.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Tables have
You
turned.
betrayed. You betrayed someone's...
It was early. We weren't as locked down in our processes.
Clearly not vetting.
Not vetting.
Not vetting our straight men.
Just let Andrew Tate Park over here on the podcast.
Okay, so you're in a post gossip era of your life now.
Yeah, totally clean.
Yeah, you're
You're
clean.
like a good person.
Yeah.
Someone tries to tell you gossip, you're like,
I feel like
I've moved on beyond such frivolity in my life.
I don't like to gossip, actually. Yeah.
This seems to be like a through line in your life because I read that you used to be in a sorority at the University of Georgia, SEC
Go dogs,
days.
yeah.
Perhaps the nucleus of toxicity.
Yes, it is.
Were you ever involved in those crazy sorority initiation videos? Did they do that when you were there?
Yeah, well, the thing is, there aren't videos of the initiation. There are videos of Rush. And we barely had videos of Rush. I got my first iPhone, like my sophomore year of college, like while I was living in the sorority house. So like video, not a huge thing back then.
Right.
But yeah.
Texting group chats.
Not even group chats.
Not even, okay.
Not even group chats.
So how did you talk shit about your other
face-to-face
Facebook
with
groups.
your chat?
Facebook groups?
Facebook groups. Oh my God. You should have seen the Facebook group when Obama won the 2012 election.
Okay. This is University of Georgia.
Go Dogs.
Oh, I see.
Go
Go
Dogs.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in Georgia?
No, my dad's in the Army, so I grew up moving all over, but I went to most of high school and then all of college in Georgia.
Okay.
Wow.
She lived in Atlanta or where?
No. UGA's in Athens, which is like an hour like northeast of Atlanta.
REM.
Yes, REM. I once waited on Michael Stipe, which was cool.
I met him. We met Michael Stipe at
Doom.
At Doom.
You were like, that's Michael Stipe. I didn't know
Park
who that was.
Avenue Armory.
Wow.
We saw like a weird art performance.
Okay.
And I said, oh, hey, Michael Stipe, what do you think? He's just walking around.
Yeah. He actually said, he was like, oh, I'm actually not a fan of fan fiction either.
Yeah, he said I find it really derivative and...
It's quite juvenile. I loved your take on normal gossip.
The girlinas were wrong.
That's what he said. The girlinas
were wrong.
I'm losing my girlina.
Okay, so how long did you last in the sorority? But until you were like, this is too toxic, I'm out.
All 4 years.
Wow.
So you were queen of the toxicity.
I wasn't.
You were running shit.
I wasn't.
You were destroying your sisters.
No,
undermining them,
really,
sleeping with their boyfriends.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
I really stopped going to like chapter meetings and stuff by junior year. You
quiet quit.
I quiet quit the sorority. I really should have just quit because it cost a lot of money per semester to be a member.
Well, what made you want to like be a part of it in the first place?
So it's really complicated. Community. Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from here, New York.
Okay, you guys don't understand. You don't understand. All right. At a school like UGA, it is the dominant culture is Greek life.
Yeah.
It takes up a huge percentage of the student body, the undergraduate student body. And you got to understand that I am this like half Korean girl who moved to Georgia in high school. And I'm like, I have never seen a pair of Sperry's before in my life.
Yeah. And
suddenly like everyone's speaking a different language. It's all like, and when I say different language, I mean like Southern cultural whatever.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a different place.
You didn't go to etiquette school?
No, but people did. Like people went to cotillion. They were debutantes. Like it was the whole 9 yards. Like if you imagine a Southern high school in your brain, like the caricature of one, that's like what it was.
And the Lily Pulitzer dresses are just kind of calling you.
Yes, the Lily
like
Pulitzer dresses, the big hair, the blonde.
Kate Spade
and
bags.
So, Kate Spade. And so I am like, I'm fucked. I don't know what to do here.
Like if I'm not in Greek life, I might be mistaken for someone who writes fan fiction. Holy shit.
There wasn't like an artsy sorority?
Was. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So looking back on it now, what is like the craziest thing that you like can't believe that you subjected yourself through? I hazed this poor Cambodian freshman.
I didn't haze anybody.
What microaggressions were?
I didn't haze anybody.
What's that smell of food you're eating?
Okay, that literally happened. That literally happened in my bedroom.
I'm sure it did.
To me.
To you.
I was the diversity.
Yeah.
No, I think the most heinous memory that I have was freshman, like going into sophomore year. It was like the week before Rush, where we're all like, crammed in the house and practicing our songs and memorizing girls' names and stuff and getting ready.
How many Kaylins were there in your sorority?
Couldn't even count. But I remember we had a representative from like the national sorority come, and she was like sometimes they'll like send somebody to like coach the chapter through Rush so that they can make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the night before Rush started, and we're all.
What is making it right?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Like doing it according to like the national sorority standards.
Okay. Yeah. Like you're not hurting enough girls' feelings. Call each other fat more. Like be meaner.
Yeah.
You guys aren't doing it right.
But it was like the night before the first night of Rush, and we're all like lined up. We had just practiced all our songs. And the national representative was giving us a pep talk, talking about like she would always say, "Tits and teeth, girls, tits and teeth."
Oh, wow, okay.
So she's giving us a pep talk, and then she said, "Okay, but on a serious note, there is an African American girl going through recruitment this year.
Oh.
And I want you all to know that if she deserves a place in this house, she should have one."
Wow, that's so nice of her to say that. So progressive.
Yeah, I just want to like just paint a picture here. No. 22 sororities, approximately 200 girls in each sorority.
Yeah.
There was one black girl in all of those 22 sororities when I was in college. So this
just one?
This new black girl coming through.
Were there not?
There were black sororities.
Okay,
it was incredibly segregated.
Yeah.
Wow. So this girl coming through, like, we knew she was coming.
Turn down the music. We have to make an important announcement.
I mean, yeah. That's what it was.
So just the deep cringe was like, constant.
It was really, I mean, I have so many stories like that. But
you're in your post-toxic era now. You made it out of sorority.
Yeah.
Your post-gossip podcast.
Totally.
Did it ever come out, the sorority girl? Does it come out of you?
Yes.
You're like, I didn't know I had that in me.
Okay, last weekend, I recently moved and I am like trying to make new friends. And last weekend I was hanging out with a new friend, and she said, "Yeah, I was in a sorority, which is the funniest thing about me." And that's something I say a lot. I say those literal exact words. I was in a sorority, which is the funniest thing about me.
That's my interesting fact.
Because I would say, looking at your style, you would not expect.
I don't read as SEC sorority.
For our listeners, I would say, Alex, how would you describe your style?
The
L train is a home for you. Is that
yeah, the
this
first
is how
phrase
you dress exactly like how all my friends dress. So this is not a criticism.
The first phrase that came to me was bisexual Japanese.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say that's so weird that I wasn't going to say that too. But that's implied in L train. That's what L train means.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. Yeah, she was like, I was in a sorority, and I was like, me too. Which one were you in? And she said, Pi Beta Phi, and that was the sorority I was in. And we both screamed, and I was like, "Do you remember the secret handshake?" And she said no. And then I did it to her, and then she remembered. It was like a Vietnam flashback for her.
Muscle memory.
It was deep inside of her.
She never recovered. You brought back her PTSD.
Yeah. And we were like, wow, that was crazy. And like looking back, I was like, damn, is this not exactly what the founders of a sorority wanted to happen?
You connected. You resisted it for so long, and here you were bonding with another alt girl who rejected her past.
Has your membership in Pi Beta Phi been beneficial to your involvement in the progressive podcast space?
No. No. You know, I think of my sorority days as just a fun side quest that I had.
You got a window into.
It was character
a time
building.
And a place.
I got to see how bad could be.
Well, what was bad? Just like how toxic it could be with all these women living in a place together?
It was just incredibly racist environment.
Yeah.
Like not, I'm
and
not
that was just
saying,
you. That was just stuff you said. So imagine. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Joking. It was the debutantes.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like fascinating to see the way like a whole society can organize itself. I was absolutely an outsider, but like still I was technically a member. And so I could like watch everything. You know, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Old South parade that used to happen at Georgia. There was a huge scandal a couple years ago with The Bachelor, and the girl he picked had gone to UGA.
Okay.
And photos of her.
The Confederate flags are involved.
In an antebellum gown.
Yeah.
So that was the Old South parade, and that went on while I was at school too.
Oh.
And it's a date night that one of the
it's about Southern pride.
Yes,
Wait,
one
did
of the
this happen to Ellie
fraternities
Kemper
throws.
too?
I don't know.
I think like Ellie Kemper's fan, like she got.
I mean,
embroiled,
this is
like,
a
something
very
like that.
common
Yeah.
thing. Like people were so horrified when the news broke, and I was like, "No, man, I saw that every year, every spring."
And no one bats an eye. It's not like
no. I mean, like I remember. So like the fraternity members dress up like Confederates. No joke. Rent horses, riding horses down Greek Row. Picking up, they stop at each sorority house and pick up all their girls who are like the dates that have been invited, who are dressed in antebellum gowns. And they read this like speech about how the South will rise again.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And it was the pinnacle of like popularity to be invited. That was like the hugest honor you could have. And like I remember when I lived in the house sophomore year, one girl was invited and we were all like, holy shit, we have a girl going to Old South.
Whoa.
And like everybody would like sit on the lawn and watch and like wait for the spectacle to come by. And I remember like getting into a fight with my roommates after that and being like, guys, don't we think it's weird that we're all like so excited about like Confederate LARPing?
Like, Alex, you're such a buzzkill.
Alex, stop.
Just chill out.
Yeah, literally.
It's the war of northern aggression.
Yeah, I mean, you joke, but
That's what it is. Great.
And then you continue to be in the sorority for 3 years
I'm
after
such
that
a little
moment.
coastal elite that I don't.
yeah. I mean, you know, I
Crazy.
was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared, but
No,
like I
people will do
did
everything.
find other friends and like some of my very best friends to this day.
Klansmen, you went harder.
No. Some of my best friends to this day are friends that I met outside the sorority, but
Yeah.
in college.
Because of like the trauma bonding.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like your time there?
At Georgia?
Yeah.
I don't know that like is the right word. I didn't dislike it.
Because doesn't Athens have kind of like an alt
Athens
vibe?
is awesome.
Yeah.
Like there's like
of
a
Montreal was formed in
Yeah,
Athens.
of Montreal.
Yeah.
great REM. There are a bunch of bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a cool alt rock scene.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Is that part of the university kind of in the okay? There's
Alex
not like
was
a
too
college
busy
radio.
sitting on the lawn, bidding farewell to her sisters at the Old South Parade.
There was a college radio station that I like really wanted to be a part of, and I like my new show being called Try Hard is so appropriate because I am just like try hard to my core, and
Is that like the army brat?
I think
you?
so. I think that's
Okay.
part of it. Yeah. But I remember the first week of school, I like went to the radio station. I was like, "Hi, I want to work for NPR one day, and can I join your news staff?" And I went to the first meeting, and he's like, "Okay, you know, it's this like unbelievably hip guy who's like running the news staff." And he's like, "Okay, so our meetings are on Mondays at 6 p.m. And I was like, excuse me, my sorority chapter meets on Mondays at 6 p.m. Can I still be a part of it? And he's like, yeah, totally. And I like never got an email
Yeah.
again.
Tough.
He accidentally texted you like this bitch is
Yeah.
like you did to your
Yeah.
lifeguard boss.
Yeah.
But you have a
So-
new show called Try Hard. And
I sure do.
yeah, and it's a it's a podcast where you help people try hard in doing new things.
I think that you guys had a bit about this on an episode recently where you were like, all podcasts are just MTV shows.
Yeah, we just had every piece of content now is like
All
an old
TikTok
MTV show.
shows,
Yeah, you're
all
doing
TikTok
Made.
shows.
So you're
I'm doing
Made.
Made. I'm doing
MTV's Made.
Yeah, I'm doing
Beautiful.
Made. I loved Made.
Did anyone ever succeed in the show Made?
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing one where there was a kid who was a rapper or who wanted to be a rapper, and
Yeah.
he like killed at his final performance. Yeah.
I assumed it all seemed so fake. Like this guy wants to play make the basketball team. And like by the end of the show, he's like, yeah, you can sit on the bench on the junior varsity squad.
So before the official launch of the podcast, did you like run any self-experiments?
Oh, I mean, my whole life is
one big self-experiment.
Self-experiment, yeah.
I'm going to try to join a sorority and see how that goes.
Yeah. I think the most recent thing was I auditioned for a play in January, and I was in a play for the first time since like middle school.
Whoa, congrats.
So that was crazy, and it was really, really fun.
Did you take like acting classes before, or you're like, I'm just going to audition?
Just auditioned.
Just went for it.
What was the play?
The Trojan Women.
Okay.
It was with this awesome experimental company where we it was the most bonkers process because I think for like a good 6 weeks at the beginning of rehearsals, we didn't even touch the script. We just did like conceptual exercises and
you're an animal.
Movement exercises. One night, the Trojan Women.
This was a good play.
I think it was good. I think it was good, but what do I know? Like, how many plays have I seen? Not many.
I don't know.
This sounds like your nightmare, Dan.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Embody a feral
no,
cat.
That's yeah. We
And you were like, what does this have to... You just went from like a different kind of rush toxicity to like another kind of like... no one can question this. You are a cat.
What I am at my core
cat.
is a joiner.
Okay,
I want so badly to join. And once I get in, I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, probably healthier to be in community, in like a theater setting than in like a softly racist...
Yeah, no, this was a wonderful experience. And I even... accessed tears in one of the performances.
Wow, okay.
Which I didn't think I could ever do.
You went there.
I went there.
Wow.
What inspired the tears? Or was it right for your character?
I mean, I'm sure you had a lot of experience at UGA that you could just pull from.
Just drama.
It was like an extreme downer of a play. Like it's about the women of Troy. Sure.
Yeah. I just had a sorority chapter meeting that night, but yeah, sorry.
It's about the women of Troy, like the morning after the Greeks have like ravaged Troy and the Trojan horse and all of that. Mm-hmm. So like all their husbands are dead and they're about to be sold into slavery, and it's like it starts here and just goes down like mood wise. Yeah. So it's not it wasn't that hard to access the tears.
Well. I guess what happened to the women of Troy?
I don't know.
Didn't end well for them?
Yeah, I think probably bad things.
That's why you don't accept big wooden horses.
So if Dan and I wanted to pitch ourselves to try things on your podcast, is there a limit, or are there any like rules? Can we do anything?
I mean, anything is big, so probably not anything, but
Nobel Prize.
Generally, it's I'm looking for like things that have a goal, like a concrete goal that you can aim for. So
greatness.
Within your field, or like in any like a totally new field?
So like we had an episode that I published an episode on Monday.
The royal we.
That was a woman learning to ride a bike. And so like that's a concrete thing where it's like you either know how to ride a bike or you don't.
Okay.
And so like ideally there's a thing that you're aiming for. There's a thing that's like time boxed where there's like a beginning, middle, and end. So you can be after it and be like, I did that thing in the past, and then talk to me about it.
And these goals have to be Girlina friendly.
It doesn't hurt.
I feel like my getting older for me has been just accepting that there are many things I'm never gonna do and
like
will never
what?
be able to do. Like dance good.
Oh.
I think it's like
I think that's the thing. You could take a hip hop dance class.
I could take a hip hop. That's true. That's in the cards for me. But I feel like those are things you have to learn when you're young, so that it gets into your bones and it'll always be awkward. And then it just comes at the expense of other shit in your life. And you're like, all right, I want to like see my friends. And you can't be like, hey, guys, I'm learning how to dance at 34. I'm trying to. And I went to most of the weddings I've gone to, so even the opportunities
to show it
are
off.
Gone. When am I going to show it off?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're waiting for the subway, you can sort of just while you're wearing a backpack, just kind of go into
my robot.
A little sequence.
Showtime.
Yeah.
I mean, I learned like doing this show that something can feel really, really big, but actually doesn't take a ton of time. Like maybe it's an hour out of your day that you go once and you learn things that you're like, okay, now I have these things in my head. Like we have another, I keep saying I have another episode coming out soon that's about a woman who wants to learn how to do a cartwheel. And she just did a 1-hour gymnastics class.
A cartwheel?
And she learned?
Yeah.
Can you do a cartwheel?
Yeah, I can fucking do a cartwheel.
Right now. Do it right now, Brian.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Wow, class. Exactly.
There's space right here.
Exactly what someone who doesn't know how to do a cartwheel would say.
Do you pay for the coaching?
Yeah.
That's such a way. You could learn how to cartwheel with a YouTube video.
And just lie?
Yeah.
It's just a 1-hour class.
I think you can't. I don't think you could learn anything from a YouTube video. I think that's fake. I've tried to learn stuff in YouTube videos, and I think they don't. First of all, it's always.
I mean,
like
it makes sense.
20
you have the
minutes.
least calloused hands on planet Earth. Have you like tried to fix anything in your home? That is like YouTube is a gold mine for that.
I changed at least 2 light bulbs in my home, Brian. Okay. And yes, I called the superintendent to do that. But I was the one who called him with my beautiful hands. These hands are for loving, Brian.
That's true. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put disrespect on your name like that.
Yeah. Jeez, I can't
so you
count.
pay for the coaching then?
I reimburse the like costs up to like $500.
I would love to pitch myself.
I would love for you to be on the show.
I want to try.
Don't you remember you can't have him on your podcast.
We're not being judgmental on this show.
You learned your lesson.
It's okay.
He's
you never know.
toxic.
I might not learn and be like, "That's a stupid fucking activity. Why would anyone try it?" No,
I want to learn how to be a pickup artist. You can't let him do it.
That would be so funny. I mean, my dream is to have somebody on who's never cooked chicken before, and who's like afraid of cooking chicken.
And they're like, "Will they get salmonella?"
Yeah.
TBD. Let's see. Follow along.
Because for years I was afraid to cook chicken, but now I have cooked chicken, so I can't be the person.
Oh, so you actively cooked a lot, but it was chicken especially that grossed
chicken
you
freaked
out.
me out. Yeah.
Whoa.
Just because of its texture?
It's texture, and I think with beef, it can be a little undercooked and you're okay.
Yeah.
But with chicken, it's like kind of scary.
I'm so gullible, and I mean I can't be the only one who's like this. Where I have a friend who isn't even involved with like the recipe development at a food media company. Let's just call it Eater. They're like an account executive. they're like an account executive, but they're like, oh yeah, it's grossly over represented, like how easy it is to contract salmonella from chicken.
Oh.
Yeah.
And just her saying that, I don't have to wash it. I'm good. I'm
heard
not afraid
I
of
thought
chicken.
washing chicken is always nonsense.
I heard that you're more likely to get salmonella or E. coli from produce.
I
like
learned recently
cabbage or
romaine
something?
lettuce. Romaine lettuce is the one that is the biggest culprit, apparently.
And great for me, it's the shittiest of the lettuce.
Oh, I love a romaine.
You look forward to romaine?
Yeah, I went through this really intense phase last year where I was like eating a head of romaine lettuce a day, just like dipping it in Olive Garden salad dressing.
Okay. Were you slowly turning into a rabbit?
Yes.
Just like an anamorph into a rabbit?
My
This
lunch
is girl dinner.
My lunch most days, my husband calls it mouse moments.
Okay.
Mouse moments. I like that.
Mouse moments.
And I have like a vintage lunch tray even that has little compartments, and it's like a little piece of cheese, a little piece of I have like carrot sticks, and then some cured meat and maybe some nuts.
Okay,
And
this is the definition of girl dinner, no?
Yeah,
Is it not?
yeah.
Okay.
Alex, you got to pitch that to the cut. We're having a mouse moment fall, mouse moment winter. Me and the girlinas are having a
This
mouse
brings you
moment.
joy to eat like a Lunchable?
Yes.
Grown up Lunchable?
Yes, adult Lunchable. Yes, that's what I was calling it before.
Okay.
It's essentially a charcuterie board.
Because my parents never let me have Lunchables.
I got
That was
one
disgusting.
very occasionally. Yeah.
So you're making up for what you wanted. But
Yeah.
with high, now you're using like sopressata
Yeah.
and pecorino.
Yeah, like just like very expensive cured
Yeah, the
meats.
most-
Yeah.
Whole Foods should sell adult Lunchables.
We can
Need to
make
look
it
into
70
that.
grams of protein too. It's
Yeah.
gonna fly off the shelves.
No, that would kill.
I feel like all the hot restaurants in New York are just like fancy versions of kid food.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, like corner store.
Oh yeah. I had a $30 burger last night and I
Yeah.
was like, this
Sliders.
slaps. I love it.
No, but
Give
it's
me
even worse.
more.
It's like pizza rolls. It's like fancy pizza rolls.
Yes.
Like mac and cheese. And we're like, this is what, you're an adult? You're eating this?
Yeah.
Where's your $30 burger?
Inga's Bar.
Oh yeah, that place is good.
It was great. I loved it. I had a
Brooklyn
great time.
Heights.
Although I will say, I ate my whole burger and all my fries, and then the man next to me had also ordered the burger and fries, and he was like, "Can I have a box? I just can't finish it."
Wow.
And then
Wow,
the bartender
like,
said,
"Fuck you."
And then the bartender said, "Yeah, I can never finish it either. It's so much." And I was like, "Damn, I'm leaving."
Oh my God.
The whole restaurant was like, so, look at the little piggy. She finished it. Look how she gobbled. They stood up like a horror movie.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
it
awful.
felt like. Yeah.
No, and then you have to be like, no, I don't ever eat. I'm just eating little pieces of cheese my whole life.
You should have seen my
I had
lunch.
2 almonds for dinner yesterday.
I turned back into a mouse at midnight, please.
Something's definitely fucked in New York where I hear $30 burger and you're like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Something is.
Yeah.
I went to Balthazar last night.
I've never been.
You've never been?
I just assume the food is bad.
It's you go for the vibes, but
Okay.
even the vibes.
You want to be written about by Keith McNally?
Well,
the
that
next
man,
day on Instagram.
that man, master self-promoter.
He's
I mean,
very good.
He wrote the memoir "I Regret Everything."
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in, where the host stand is, books, pile of books there.
Amazing.
yeah.
You sit down with every bill, postcard, Keith McNally, "I Regret Everything."
Amazing.
I'm like, this man, he's
You know,
giving Trump a run for his money.
and he leaves people in fear.
Yeah.
James Corden, he's the only one who has managed to take down James Corden.
To go back to try hard, if I wanted to pitch myself, you will pay for my swim lessons then?
You can't swim?
Oh
I don't know how
my
to
God,
swim.
you don't know how to swim?
Wow.
I like barely.
Okay.
I have a fear of water.
Up to $500 I will reimburse
Wow.
you if we do a second season. But
I
I
teach you how to
really want to do learning to swim. But the thing is, it's hard because you can't capture audio. Like,
Oh, so I have to be
yeah.
like mic'd up.
Well-
This is all happening.
I would like there to be some audio.
You could just be
of the
running along with the boom mic as
Yeah,
someone
I might
does
have
laps.
to come. I might just have to like join you. But I feel like learning to swim is like one of the ultimate versions of this because it's like it's mortally terrifying if you don't know how to swim.
Yeah.
I think it's like an immigrant parent. I've assumed it's like
No.
an
My
immigrant
mom,
parent
put,
thing.
my mom put
No.
me in swim lessons.
My parents just like, it was a blind, like they just didn't know
Were there
that
not
was a part
pools
of
in
development.
in El Paso?
There were,
There's
but
no
I
water?
think it kind of just slipped
The
through
Rio
cracks.
Grande? You didn't learn to swim up and down the Rio Grande?
Stop. So I went to boarding school.
Oh
in
my God.
I went to boarding school in California. I mean, come on. The straight,
That's so funny.
it checks out.
Yeah.
The girlinas hate me for a reason.
By the way, Brian is wearing cowboy boots right now. I think,
Keep
I think the
digging.
moment you go to boarding school, the cowboy boots have to come off, but
Now, so
like fucking starting a circus in Nope.
I love Steve Young and Nope. Okay, so I went to a boarding school in California. In order to graduate, you have to pass a swim test.
Mm-hmm.
And as a freshman, the first day of school, you're supposed
college
to,
had that.
Yeah, you have to do a swim test in front of the rest of your class, like your
Oh,
entire class.
that's-
I failed the swim test.
Yeah.
And so every Saturday, I had to get swim lessons, and it was hosted at the headmaster's house. And there was a private pool there, and they had a private swim instructor.
And his beautiful daughter
Yeah,
was the
that
one
sounds like
who
the
I
premise of
know.
a romance novel.
American Pie.
Yeah.
And what was so funny about this is that it was basically the only people of color at the school were the ones who failed and were taking swim lessons.
Yeah. Is there a stereotype about people of color not knowing how to swim? I've
thought
never
it was
heard
like
that.
I
I've
thought-
never heard that before. I've never.
My mom is an immigrant, and she was like very adamant that I learned how to swim.
Okay.
But
It's
I
like,
think
in
that
case
was for
America goes
college
to shit.
reasons. I think it was like she was like, you must.
You were a
know-
lifeguard. You were like a
Yeah.
great swimmer.
Yeah.
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 I almost drowned. I was sucked into a rip current when I was 21.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So I need to learn how to swim.
And
Stat.
who would have been my podcast host then? Imagine the void.
Yeah.
I went to a quarry a couple years ago,
Oh, wow.
and apparently a lot of people drown in those.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
Well,
terrifying.
I went to Cornell, and they're like the gorges are famous, so people would go gorge jumping, and then people
and,
would.
and other extracurricular activities. in the
yeah,
gorges.
yeah. They would jump off a lot of things, but also people would jump into the gorge, and then they would like die because it was quite dangerous.
Oh my God.
Did you ever do it?
I didn't. I swam in the gorges, but I never gorge jumped because I'm a little coward.
What kind of, like, how high is this jump?
They're really high,
That's
I'm
insane.
good.
intense.
So there's
I'm good.
like you had classmates.
I had classmates.
Like people passed while you were there from doing this.
Yes, there was someone who did, and actually, well, no, this was maybe like a canoe. thing, but because it was on Cayuga Lake, and so our graduation day there was a student missing. Like on the graduation, people were out searching because he went
my God.
like canoeing on Cayuga Lake, and
Did they find him?
they never found him.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
Yeah, it took a fun turn, this podcast. Huh?
Yeah, that's so fun.
So I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
my swim lessons then.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this happen. Yeah. Okay. So, but like, okay. So swimming is a good one because Dan said, that was my second choice would have been like
I would
pickup
choose
artist.
dancing.
Huh?
You
What?
would really do pickup artists?
No, but I imagine someone could be like, oh, I only use dating apps and
Yeah.
I've never actually like asked for someone's number at a bar.
Yeah, I
And so you would
just
pair them with
recorded. I just recorded an episode with somebody who did speed dating,
And
which
that
is
was
like a
what they
version of that.
were nervous about. How did they do?
All right,
Okay.
all right. It
That's
didn't.
what
It
I
didn't
imagined.
end with any like actual dates, but it sort of shocked their system.
So you inflicted trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we talked, she was like, "I have a date in a couple weeks with a different person."
Oh.
So
sort of-
something shook loose.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
She was closed off.
yeah.
Is there have people pitched you stuff where you're like, no, we're not doing this?
Not really. I haven't gotten a ton of pitches, to be honest. I've had a couple, like, there were a lot of athletic related ones
Yeah.
pretty early in the season. So I
I
had a
want to
couple.
dunk. Can I do that? Can I dunk?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know the mechanics of dunking, so I don't
all,
know.
All the male ones just like, I want to be seen as good man, powerful, strong, cool, please.
Yeah. Actually, Josh Gondelman is doing basketball.
Yeah.
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 Checks
Josh
out.
is famously the guest who was before my episode of Normal Gossip. But
And he's a sweet
he's a return guest.
man.
There was no internal mandate created after his episode.
Yeah.
Dan, I want to talk about this article. Did you? So there's this piece in the Atlantic that has gotten some chatter online. The job market is hell. Have you seen this, Alex?
I've seen that the job market is hell.
I've experienced it. I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah. I've seen some shit.
Yeah.
I read these articles. I haven't had like any sort of normal job. I've always worked like the weirdest, stupidest, made up jobs. I guess the one job, yeah. And then somehow if they turn into a real thing, it happens. But I've never sat
Experience.
for an interview. Actually, I did. I did the Cutco knives thing. I went in for an interview,
Oh,
and then I quit.
what?
And I was like, oh,
When
this
was
is fucking
this?
horrible.
Post grad?
No, this is when I was in college.
Wow.
Oh, Cutco knives.
Wow.
Wow.
I was so
Selling
excited,
knives
like,
in Ithaca.
No, it was in the summer, so it was around New York. No, I went in for the interview. I was there for like one of the training things, and then I was like,
That is I can never.
I
that is
can't. I don't have this in me at all. This is you have to be a
Oh
real
my
type
God.
of psychopath to be good at this.
Yeah, the way that suicide catches among like groups of teenagers, so does Cutco knives.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
You know, like
so
that. It
fucked.
hit my school like right at my senior year, and a whole
Yeah.
group of kids like.
Hey, let me sell you some knives.
Yeah, yeah. And I was
And you're
like,
like, I don't have a house.
yeah. What are you doing?
I don't have disposable income.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of interviews for jobs?
Yeah. I mean, you may have been able to deduce, but I was quite a girl boss back when girl bossing was cool.
Okay, now it's not cool.
Yes, but unfortunately, I can't turn it off.
So this explains a lot. So you girl bossed too hard, and then that's what catalyzed this L train transition for you.
Did you yell at your subordinates?
Oh, no, not
Did you
that kind of
throw
girl
sweet
boss.
green at
No.
their face?
I
Did
never-
you intimidate them?
I never had subordinates. I was laid off before I could have any. No, but like pretty much like I applied for I think 40 jobs my senior year of college.
Wow.
Like spring semester senior year, and I interviewed for like 15,
In like radio, podcasts, media.
mostly in social media actually.
Okay.
I think the girl boss is back. She's
I think
maligned.
it is.
They're all back.
Yeah,
Ty
they're all
Haney's back
back.
with Outdoor Voices.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
back.
Sophia
Audrey
Amoruso
Gelman
is
is back.
They're all back.
Yeah.
The
Even
Wing.
Lena Dunham is back.
Lena Dunham's back. Was
Was
she
Lena Dunham a girl
was she
boss?
girl
No, but
bossing?
she was a girl boss indicator, I feel like.
Okay.
You know?
Boss indicator. But according to this Atlantic piece, apparently dead internet theory is this happening in the job market where all of the people who are applying to jobs are just using AI
Oh God.
to fill out their applications, and then all the employers are using AI
Oh
to
my
screen all the
God.
applications. So maybe our grandparents were right. Maybe that is going forward. That is what you got to do. Is you got to walk into an elevator, look someone right in the eye, and give them a firm handshake.
Isn't that nice though? The AIs can like maybe go the useless bureaucracy. The AI can take care of it, and they can do it with each other. Then we can actually have a human moment.
Yeah, and then you arrive on your first day, and it's like, who are you?
Yeah,
like you know nothing about each other.
Well, this is how like Zizek has that thing where he's like, okay, well, the woman comes with her, like big vibrating dildo, and the man comes with his fleshlight, and then those toys fuck each other on the side, and then we can actually have like a real moment of understanding.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what's happening here.
You know?
Yeah.
That's an apt comparison.
I think it actually is, yeah.
I mean, it is insane. I witnessed it firsthand recently. So my friend's younger brother showed me how he was like applying to jobs on LinkedIn, and he like developed this tool, like he coded it himself so that whenever his laptop's open, it's just passively applying to LinkedIn. So he had like a fat lip of Zin in his mouth. He's like, yo, check it, bro. Like I applied to 4,000 jobs in the last like 48 hours.
How is that working for him?
He works at a hedge fund. I think he's doing pretty good.
See? I think this is good. I think these are all like, we have a utopia of rules and bureaucracy that we all, as Graeber talked about in his book, where we all have to do bullshit work and nonsense paperwork that doesn't actually matter, that no one reads. And so if the AI solves this, I think it's good. Don't even listen to this. Like, have an AI listen to this podcast. Why are you listening to this?
Just get bullet points.
Yeah, get bullet points.
There's no reason to spend an hour and 10 minutes listening to a podcast.
No, I think we're ungovernable. The AI wouldn't even know how to summarize our podcast.
It would just say, that Brian guy really toxic.
Ithaca toxic. Alex good. Listen to our podcast.
Very nice. Girl boss. Bit of a tryhard.
Wasn't a sorority. Are you okay? How was this?
I'm all right. This was really fun.
Thanks for doing it.
Very freewheeling.
Was this your wow? Okay, interesting. This comes from like the very produced, This American Life space. Wow, I really like how you guys are just so loose.
It's so loose.
Have no organizing principle.
Well, you wrote a
kind
piece
of
about
thread.
this actually. I read it. I did my due diligence.
Yeah.
Alex has a bone to pick with our freewheeling podcast.
Oh yeah.
How we're just dominating the charts.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I listen to podcasts like this a lot.
Oh.
Okay.
But the bone to pick that I have is with the people with money, what they are choosing to invest in, and how they are shaping an entire creative economy accordingly, which I think is the same issue that is happening in every artistic medium.
Where the stuff that's the easiest to
make, and the stuff that like lowest cost, highest profit is what we're churning out.
Yeah.
It's new heights. It's Call Her Daddy, which
I'm sorry, those are not the most quality pieces of content that we could. I think
there's a place for them. They can be fun. I listened to Jojo Siwa on Call Her Daddy, and I fucking loved it. But your face.
They like that.
That was an insane sentence.
The amount of money you would have to pay me to even listen to a minute of that.
Oh, I'm obsessed with
every
Jojo
word
Siwa.
just got worse. Every time I see her, she's doing the most psychotic dance.
I'm obsessed with it. Did you see she has a new song out?
I will never listen to that.
I don't know. I don't even know who this person looks like. They are a concept.
That will be
mind.
my try hard to become a man who's able to deal with JoJo Siwa.
There's a line in her new song where she says, "Like Slim Shady, but a lady."
Bars.
She's clapping back at her haters in this one.
I don't think she's very Slim Shady. Does she talk about wanting to murder her wife Kim?
Yeah, I mean,
chasing around homosexuals with a stapler as the real Slim Shady
Jojo
did?
Siwa's wife is named Kim. Is it Kim?
No.
Is it Kim Petras?
That was a joke
No.
about Eminem.
I don't know. All those,
Jojo Siwa is now dating a man.
Scrambled in my brain.
Oh, she's back.
she. No one has ever made this dramatic of a shift, and then shifted back.
She tried it.
She
Miley
tried
Cyrus
hard.
and Black culture.
The thing is, yes, exactly.
She dabbled.
Just a little taste.
Yeah.
So you listen to a lot of the talky nonsense podcasts.
I do.
But there was a period where there were a lot of podcasts that were produced and had narratives and the serials of the world, and like Gimlet, right, was bought by Spotify, and they were doing a lot of those, and those just never. Was it just a myth that they ever made money?
So they did make money in the sense that like a lot of them led to TV and film options, and that's what made money really. Okay. Something like Serial made money just because of its incredible reach.
Yeah.
Right, that show with Julia Roberts on Amazon was based on the podcast, right? About soldiers and
I'm sure.
Okay. I forget
I don't
its
know.
name.
But like there were a handful of them. Yeah. There's like Dr. Death, Dear John. I don't know.
That sounds right.
I don't know.
So to get a TV show now, I have to start a failed podcast.
Well, not anymore. No one's doing that.
Oh, okay. But
Phew.
But for a long time,
I think our podcast can be adapted into a feature.
Yeah.
The Middlebrow. Yeah. There was a TV show with Zach Braff.
Yes.
Where he
and
was
that
like
was exactly that. Yeah.
Oh, it was based on. Was it based on?
It was based on his podcast called Startup, which was about how he was founding Gimlet. He was like making it in real time.
They made a TV show based on a podcast
Yes.
about making a podcast studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And when that happened, everyone was like, holy shit, this is the new economic model for podcasts.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Zach
Braff's on board.
Yeah.
He would be in something that's about smelling your own farts, kind of.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I think your Girlinas are misaligned. I think Zach Braff deserves more of their hate.
Their ire.
Yeah.
Dating Florence Pugh, who's kind of would play Jojo Siwa in a movie.
How dare you? How dare you? No.
You don't think so? You think
Okay, but only
in the Jojo Siwa
in
biopic?
like the Emerald Fennel like version of the is that's her name, right?
Yeah,
Emerald
the new Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, the Emerald Fennel version of the Jojo Siwa biopic. It's like Florence Pugh, sweaty, and dancing, and Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, Charlie XCX doing the Emerald
Fennel.
She's
She's got a great thing going on where it's just taking vertical mini drama content and elevating it.
She is
It's amazing.
Into high cinema. High cinema is a real stretch. So podcasts are dead.
Yes.
Except
Pretty
for this
much,
one.
yeah.
This is,
And except for Try Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only two podcasts left, actually.
that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where can our listeners find your podcasts?
Wherever you listen to podcasts, as they say. But I would recommend Pocket Casts as an app if anybody is open to switching from Spotify.
Whoa. What do you have against Spotify?
Well, they destroy
They're
the
evil.
podcast
Okay,
industry.
yeah. And music. And,
Oh.
Yeah.
But I like Daniel Ek. And I like how he's reinvesting his fortune into more AI defense companies.
They did let us record a few episodes in their studio.
Yeah.
So
it's
this is going to be edited out.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We're hypocrites. But yes, they did destroy.
But yes, everyone, please go listen to Alex's new podcast, Try Hard. And yeah, if you made it this far, thanks
and
for
read her
supporting.
on Defector, which is
Reader Hot Takes on
writer
Defector.
owned. Mm-hmm. Profitable.
Very profitable.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
A new economic model, some
Yeah.
might say.
We lived, bitch.
Healthcare.
Healthcare, parental leave,
Wow.
book leave.
You're lying.
I'm not.
We got to figure it out, Dan.
Can't believe it.
All you need is a good man from Bain to come and help you build a
Oh,
company.
okay. So there had to be an evil person somewhere along the line.
Jasper Wang is the heart and soul of Defector.
So he pays people from his own money.
No.
Okay.
He
He fronted the money initially.
I think he fronted like $10,000.
Okay.
Like not even like a
That's
huge
nothing.
amount. Yeah.
So he extracted capital through rapacious means and by like hollowing out
to be
companies
clear.
and telling them all to fire their employees, and then he used that money for articles about.
Yeah, I mean maybe $10,000 worth of
Okay.
it, but yeah, it's the evil consulting training that he got that made
okay.
him a business
Got
mastermind.
it. Okay.
And now he uses his forces for good, and helps
He's
us
repenting.
run. Yeah.
That's why we should have Pete Buttigieg, trained
Yeah.
in
The
the
way your
minds of
eyebrows
McKinsey.
Sorry, I'm like,
The same logic.
high hopes for a living.
Consultant brain.
Yeah.
Should all be run by management consultants. All right.
Well, until then, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Listeners, thanks for listening.
See you next week.
We'll see you here next week. Thanks again, Alex. And bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Middlebrow.